All right, Habibi gang, welcome back to the show. We're going to do a deep dive today on the Premier League relegation battle.
Oh, yeah.
And, this is always a really interesting topic.
It is.
Because, you've got the top, 4 or 5 teams that are usually kind of set.
Yeah.
But then it's that battle to avoid the bottom 3 that's always just so unpredictable.
Absolutely. And we've got a great source for this one.
Yeah.
The Opta supercomputer.
Opta, yeah, they do a great job, crunching all that data and spitting out some probabilities.
Yeah, it looks at everything. Historical results, team form, attacking stats, defensive stats, all of that.
Yeah, and so we'll go team by team and kind of see what the computer's telling us, and then we'll...
Yeah, give our take.
Give our take, exactly.
I mean, who are we to disagree with the supercomputer?
Right, exactly.
So we'll give our thoughts as well.
Yeah. So let's start with the team that looks to be in the most trouble, and that is Southampton. Opta giving them a 95.7% chance of going down. So for the Habibi gang, that's
That's almost certain.
Yeah, trying to score a penalty against prime Iker Casillas.
Pretty much.
Almost impossible.
I mean, it's not looking good for them, is it?
No, and, 5 points from 14 games is just...
historically awful. Yeah. I mean, no team in Premier League history has survived a start that bad.
Yeah, I mean, where do you even begin, what's gone wrong for them? I mean, is it just bad luck? Is there something bigger at play?
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I mean, they've lost key players, haven't they? They've struggled to score goals, and, I mean, that defense, it's leakier than a colander.
You remember that 5-1 drubbing they got from Chelsea?
Oh, it was brutal.
It wasn't just the scoreline, it was just the way they capitulated.
Exactly. They looked defeated before they even stepped on the pitch.
Yeah, it was like they already knew their fate.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to another team that's... struggling, particularly at home, and that's Ipswich Town.
Yeah, 70% chance of relegation.
That's rough.
Yeah. And, I think the home form is really telling.
Yeah, you got to make your home ground a fortress.
You got to.
If you want to survive.
Especially as a newly promoted side.
Right.
They've got to be picking up points at Portman Road, and they haven't won a single one there all season.
Yeah, imagine that pressure, going into every home game knowing you haven't won there all season.
Yeah, every match is like a cup final.
Yeah, and that's tough.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's look at a team that's actually seen their relegation probability go down since last week, and that's Leicester City.
Interesting.
Yeah, they brought in Ruud van Nistelrooy as the new manager, replaced Steve Cooper.
Big change.
Big change. And their chances have gone from 67% down to 50.5%.
All right, not bad.
And, of course, they got that big win against West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
So, a new manager can really change things sometimes.
Costly.
Especially a guy like Van Nistelrooy.
Proven winner.
Yeah, he's going to bring in a new perspective. Hopefully a new system that can kind of breathe some life into that squad.
And they needed that win, didn't they?
They did. Well, desperately.
Yeah. Speaking of West Ham.
Oh, yeah?
They're sitting pretty comfortably in mid-table right now.
Yeah.
But Opta's still giving them a 2.8% chance of going down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
It does seem a bit strange, right?
It does.
But, Opta digs deep into the data.
They do.
And what they're seeing with West Ham is a team that's underperforming.
Underperforming, yeah.
Yeah, remember that game against Leicester?
Oh, yeah.
Where they had a record 31 shots?
31?
But only scored once.
Yeah, and they lost the game.
They did. And that, to me, says that they're creating chances, but they're just not taking them.
Yeah. That's a classic sign of a team that's maybe sleepwalking into danger.
Yeah. I mean, they look comfortable now.
They do.
But
if they don't...
If they don't start putting the ball in the back of the net...
Right.
Things could get dicey.
Very quickly.
Yeah, because we've seen it before, haven't we?
We have.
Teams that are mid-table at Christmas, and then, they get sucked into that relegation battle.
Right, and then all of a sudden it's February or March.
Yeah.
And
they're fighting for their lives.
Yeah, so West Ham need to be careful.
Absolutely. They can't afford to get complacent.
No.
They need to start turning those chances into goals.
Yeah, all right, so West Ham.
Yeah.
A little bit of a warning sign there, potentially.
A little wake-up call, maybe.
Yeah. But let's move on to a team that's been...
defying the odds.
Yeah, defying the odds lately. And that's Everton.
Everton. Yeah, they had a terrible start.
Awful.
But...
that win against Wolves.
4-0.
Dominant performance.
Yeah.
And their relegation probability has plummeted to 18.2%.
Wow. That's a big drop.
Huge. And that win against Wolves was a real statement, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a statement performance for sure.
Clean sheet.
4 goals.
Dominant from start to finish.
Yeah, it looks like Sean Dyche is finally starting to get his message across.
Yeah, it was classic Dyche, wasn't it?
Oh, what?
Solid at the back, aggressive in midfield, clinical in front of goal.
You can't ask for much more than that.
You can't. But here's the thing.
What's that?
Their next few fixtures. They're brutal.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Arsenal.
Why?
Chelsea. Manchester City. all in a row.
Yeah.
It's like they escaped from Alcatraz and now they're in a shark-infested ocean.
I love that analogy.
That's perfect.
And it just shows how unpredictable this relegation battle is. You know, 1 minute you're celebrating a massive win, and the next minute you're staring down the barrel of 4 potential defeats.
It's true.
I mean, that run of fixtures is going to be a real test.
Of their resilience.
Yeah, of their resilience. If they can get even a couple of points from those 4 games, that would be huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
All right, Habibi gang, let's talk about the team that Everton just demolished. And that is Wolves.
The Wolves.
Yeah, they've shipped a whopping 36 goals in 14 matches.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And Opta's giving them a 41.1% chance of going down.
That's a serious problem.
So what is the issue defensively?
I mean, their defense has been all over the place. They're conceding goals from set pieces, they're making individual errors, and they're just not communicating well as a unit.
Yeah, they've got the worst defensive record in the league by a mile.
Yeah, you have to go back to the 1964-65 season to find a team that had conceded this many goals at this stage.
Oh, wow.
And you know what happened that season?
What?
They got relegated.
So history is not on their side?
Not at all.
Is it a personnel issue, or is it more about tactics and organization?
I think it's probably a combination of both.
Okay.
I mean, they've got some decent defenders on paper,
right,
but they're just not playing well together. You know, they need to be more compact, more disciplined, more aggressive in their challenges.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to keep leaking goals.
Okay, so Wolves, another team that needs to
big problems.
Figure some things out.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's do a quick recap of what we've learned today.
Right.
Southampton are on the brink. Ipswich are struggling to adapt to life in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Leicester have a glimmer of hope under Van Nistelrooy.
Okay.
West Ham are sleepwalking into danger.
Potentially.
Everton. Riding a wave of momentum, but facing a treacherous path ahead. And Wolves need to fix that leaky defense.
If they want to stay up.
Yeah, if they want to avoid a championship return.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes to show that the Premier League...
most unpredictable league in the world.
It is. And the Opta supercomputer is great for analyzing the data, understanding the trends.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's the players on the pitch that decide their fate.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So
we'll see what happens.
It's going to be an exciting few months, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so Habibi gang, stay tuned. We got plenty more to come on this relegation battle.
Oh, yeah. This is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's really interesting to see how these relegation probabilities can change week to week.
Oh, yeah.
Like a few weeks ago, Crystal Palace were right there in the mix.
Yeah, they were struggling.
But a couple good results, and now their chances of going down are just 7.8%.
That's the thing about this league. You know,
yeah,
a couple wins and suddenly you're breathing a little easier.
Right, momentum.
Yeah, momentum and confidence are so important.
Especially when you're at the bottom of the table.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, when you're down there, it's easy to get stuck in that negative spiral.
Oh, yeah.
Lose a game, confidence takes a hit. Next thing you know, you're on a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, but the opposite is true too, right?
Exactly. A couple wins, and you start to believe. Yeah, and that's what we're seeing with Palace.
Yeah, they're playing with belief. They're creating chances. They're grinding out results.
That win against Ipswich was huge.
Oh, yeah. It was a turning point for them.
Yeah. Classic smash and grab away win.
They defended well, took their chances when they came, and got out of there with all 3 points.
Yeah. But here's what I find really interesting.
Okay.
Even teams like Brentford and West Ham.
Yeah.
Who are seemingly miles away from the drop zone.
Right. They look comfortable.
They still have like a small percentage chance of going down.
Yeah, Brentford's at 1.2%.
Right, and West Ham, like we said, 2.8.
So you're saying no one's safe?
I'm saying no one's safe.
That's the Premier League for you.
That is the Premier League.
Any given Sunday. Right?
Any given Saturday.
Oh, right.
And Sunday.
Any given match day.
Any given match day.
It's so competitive.
It is.
Any team can beat any other team. And I think those small percentages are a reminder that you can't get complacent.
Right.
You cannot afford to take your foot off the gas.
No.
Even for a second.
Especially in this league.
Yeah.
So it ain't over till it's over.
That's right.
We've got a long way to go in this season.
We do.
And I'm sure there's going to be plenty more twists and turns.
Yeah, for sure.
In this relegation battle.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
The pressure's only going to intensify.
Oh, absolutely.
As we get closer to the end of the season.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
We talk about this relegation battle like it's a bad thing. But I think it's one of the most exciting parts of the Premier League.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, these teams are fighting for their life.
Every point matters.
Yeah, and you see some incredible stories, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Teams that pull off great escapes, teams that crumble under pressure.
It's drama.
It's pure drama.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
Me neither.
So, should we wrap things up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
All right, Habibi gang, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into the Premier League relegation battle.
It's been a good one.
It has. We've analyzed the Opta supercomputer predictions. We've dissected the key factors at play. We've highlighted the teams that are fighting for survival.
Yeah, we covered it all.
It's been a wild ride.
And it's only going to get wilder.
That's right. So what do you think, Habibi gang?
Yeah.
Who's going down? Who's staying up? Let us know in the comments.
We want to hear your predictions.
And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the Pundit Habibi Podcast
Hit that notification bell.
so you don't miss any of our daily football deep dives
We're here every day breaking down the biggest stories.
in the beautiful game.
Absolutely.
Until next time, Habibi gang.
Stay blessed.